It's either too much or it's not enough. Today's topic really is one of which I feel like you can never get right. And it's loaded with expectations, either from the outside or the inside. So let me clarify which of these types you belong to. Do you feel the internal itch or urge, or even the pressure from the outside to having to reinvent yourself constantly? Or do you just do it and then kind of feel guilty for doing so? Kind of feeling like people are staring at you from the outside thinking, oh my God, she's doing it again. Like, can she not stay consistent at all? Who is she trying to impress? Honestly, at times in my past, I couldn't even tell the difference of feeling the need to reinvent myself internally, like coming from the inside, and the realization that it's actually coming from the outside because people are kind of expecting me to constantly reinvent. So whichever type is yours, if reinvention is something that is buzzing in your head and that is why you press play today, stay tuned because I know that reinvention can feel heavy, as if we're betraying our past selves. But in truth, it's the most natural thing about being human. Just like seasons shift, we too are built to evolve. I can speak for myself that I have always felt the pressure for so long that people are expecting you to know where you're headed, always having a particular goal that you're working towards. And the truth is, that is so often not the case. I remember for myself that for years I would turn left and turn right and turn directions again, continuously testing new ways, new waters, trying to find myself, my purpose, and to really find where I was headed. And obviously, as I was sharing this with friends and family and people around me, at some point I could start feeling that they wouldn't believe me anymore. They wouldn't take me serious anymore. So I stopped sharing new paths and new ways that I was going. I stopped sharing things with them. I went on these journeys by myself because I was maybe even too embarrassed to tell them that I wanted to go a different way now. And then 2 weeks later, I was tired of that. So I turned around and went a different way. And without telling anyone where I was headed, I would test out these ways just so I wouldn't have to justify, just so no one would think I wasn't determined enough to put hard work in actually making something work, but instead trying new ways all the time. And trust me, today I know that it wasn't based on a lack of determination or the willingness to do the hard work to succeed on this path. It just wasn't my path. But I only knew that because I went for it and tested it for myself. So this meditation is here to give you space to explore that, to loosen the weight of consistency, to see change as your rhythm and not your failure. If any of that resonates with you, you're exactly in the right place. So let's find a comfortable seat and begin this journey. Wherever you are, sitting, lying down, or simply resting, just notice that you've landed here. This is your pause button in the middle of everything. Close your eyes if you like. Let your breath fall into its natural rhythm without forcing it to be deep or perfect. Notice the quiet hum of your body, like a background music you usually don't pay attention to. Imagine your life as a kind of movie reel, frame after frame passing by. And each image from your past is still there, stored somewhere. But you don't live in those frames anymore. You're always stepping into the next one. And so let yourself sink into this awareness. You've already reinvented yourself countless times without even naming it. Think about it. You're in the same person you were 10 or 20 or even last year. You shed skins, rewired beliefs. You've let go of certain dreams and picked up new ones. Reinvention is not an exception. It's the operation system of yourself being human. Now breathe in slowly and picture the invisible weight people often carry. The pressure to stay consistent, to be recognizable, to have one neat storyline. Notice how that pressure sits in the body. For some, it tightens the jaw. For others, it coils in the stomach. So where do you feel it? Which part of your body can you feel it the most in? Stay with that sensation for a moment. And then as you exhale, imagine that weight dissolving like old wallpaper peeling away on its own, curling at the edges, revealing something fresh underneath. And that revelation is like opening two doors to a giant closet of identities. On one hanger, the version of you who once believed certain things. And on the other hanger, the version who tried something bold and maybe failed. And on another hanger, the one who played it safe, or the one who dreamed outrageously. Notice how each version still exists. Kind of like costumes you once wore. And notice too, none of them is the final you. Reinvention is simply choosing which costume still feels like being alive on your skin and which it's time to fold away. Take a deeper breath in. As you breathe out, picture the natural world. Seasons reinvent themselves constantly. Trees let their leaves fall unapologetically. Oceans shift tides without asking permission. Even the stars burn, collapse, and spark again. So why should you be any different? Change is not betrayal of who you are or who you were. It truly is the most natural choreography you could follow. And imagine standing on a wide platform, like the edge of a train station at night. Instead of one clear track stretching ahead, you can see countless rails that are branching in every direction. And some glow, some are fainting, and some pulsing with light. And then there are a few that are almost hidden in the dark. Each of these rails represent a version of you waiting to be explored. And as always, there is no single right train to catch. You could step onto any of them, and your life would keep unfolding. Feel into what it means to be standing there in this place of possibilities, not as pressure, but as permission. And as you breathe, let yourself sense which of these tracks feels magnetic, which ones hum a little louder when you pay attention. And really just to notice, to feel, instead of the need to decide or commit to any of them. Simply pay attention and create awareness to see the difference. Again, reinvention is not a single dramatic leap. It's more like changing trains at midnight, curious where the next carriage will take you. Now, if you belong to this type of people that almost enjoy the reinvention and the exploration, but feeling judged from the outside, think about it this way. If you went ahead in one straight line all the way through, getting everyone's approval for the success that you've got, but never truly feeling authentically like yourself, because the path that you're on doesn't feel like yours, who do you think you'll be at the age of 70, 80, 90, going towards the last days of your life? And as you are walking with heavy feet and heavy legs, what do you think is going to be important to you? Having explored all the different versions of yourself, realizing that all of them were important in different sections of your life. Notice that all of them were a part of you, a part of the version that you finally became. What do you think will matter most? No matter what version of you is currently present, pause again. It doesn't have to be polished or perfect. As long as the current version of you feels authentic, without fearing that one day it might not anymore. Because same as it has so far, a new path will become clearer on the horizon, ready for you to go along and explore. With every step that you take along the path, you and your light are shining bright enough so you can see the next step. See yourself as your own light, your own sun, shining bright, for you to always see just enough in the direction that you're headed. You don't need to see the whole path or the end of it. There doesn't have to be light at the end of the tunnel, as long as you are light enough to shine for yourself and the ones around you. Whichever version of you is currently present, sit with it. Notice how it holds itself, how it breathes, what kind of energy it radiates from your own body. Try not to grasp it tightly. Just let it be. Let it be with you for as long as it likes. And then very gently bring awareness back to your breath. The inhale, the exhale, the rise, the fall. Feel the surface beneath you again, and the support that's been there all along. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers, perhaps stretch a little, let your body wake up. And softly, as you open your eyes, clear your vision and let light approach your energy field. Remember that invention is not you being unreliable. It's you being alive. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I honor your light, your energy, your being. I'm sending you all my love and light, and I can't wait to see you in our next episode. And one more thing before you head off. If you have any questions or you would like to get in touch, learn more and grow more, check out my website whoiam-world.com or send me a message at healwithjackie. You can find me on Instagram. I would absolutely love to get to know you and work with you. So see you there.